I am familiar with a .22 rifle. I did a little bit of shooting as a lad in the hills around Cootamundra. We used to shoot rabbits, spiders, birds, snakes, and anything else that moved. But the army issue SLRs was something else. They are long and heavy and they give you a fair kick in the shoulder when you pull the trigger. Before you begin any activity, the army gives you a demo. This can be from a dedicated demo squad, or guys plucked out of your platoon, or a simple one-man demo. Our first demonstration of the hitting power of the SLR was on our first visit to the firing range. A 20-litre drum full of water was placed on the mound and an NCO hit it with a 7.62 round fired from the SLR rifle. The drum flew 5 meters into the air and crashed back down with water spilling everywhere. We moved forward and examined the drum. There was a smallish hole in the front where the bullet went in. On the other side was a large open split where the back of the drum just opened up. Gee, imagine what it could do to a man's chest. I was very impressed with the hitting power of the weapon. It can kill a man at 300 meters. We did a lot of lead-up training on the SLR. This involved stripping and assembling it again and again, in army sequence of course, with all the little bits laid out a certain way in front of you. We could do it blindfolded. Maybe we were overtrained. We were drilled on the various states of weapon readiness, load, action, instant, unloaded, which we practiced over and over again in a set sequence. In addition, we carried out stoppage drills where the weapon failed to fire and we did a series of drills to get it operating again as quickly as possible. When the enemy is coming over the hill and your weapon stops working, the practice drills ensure you fix the problem without thinking. I could do anything with this weapon, blindfolded, in my sleep, 100 meters underwater whilst being attacked by a shark and having my gonads massaged by a mermaid. Such was the efficiency of the drills. But hitting the target was a different matter. People think a good shooter is one who can hit the bullseye, but it is more complicated than that. It is all about the group. By keeping the same aiming mark, you fire 3 rounds at the target from 100 meters. On the target you draw a circle around where they hit the target. A small group is the measure of a good shooter. Hitting the bullseye is related to how your weapon is zeroed in, what you are aiming at through the sights is where your weapon is pointing, and good luck. So each weapon must be calibrated to each shooter. That's why soldiers are allocated their personal rifle. You must never have your rifle more than an arm's length from you, even when you are sleeping. This is in the field of course. Not in barracks. They searched us after each firing session to ensure we had no rounds left over. We could get a lot of our own back on those instructors if we were armed and dangerous. Do you like me, Corporal? Oops, I'm daydreaming. My body was getting used to the demands placed on it. The aches and pains were still there but they subsided quickly after strenuous activity such as point. Our coughs dissipated thanks to the professor, our boots had softened up and marching was much easier. Marching? We marched everywhere under the direction of an NCO who made sure we got to where our next lesson was and we got there on time. Well ahead of time, actually. Better to be early than late. Consequently, we rushed to our next location then we waited around. It's called, hurry up and wait. And the NCOs must have felt left out with our yelling wah, too free, wah because they got into their routine with left, right, left. Those words were yelled in cadence with a low guttural tone so that we all marched in step and it went like this. Left, right, left, right, left. Head up, shoulders back, F. Left, right, left, right, left. Swing dem arms front to rear. If you got out of step you probably came from Canberra. They taught us to double tap one foot to get back in step. We had a couple of wags in our platoon and even though we might be all marching in step when the NCO started to call the time, they would stamp their feet as if they were out of step. That got the NCO going, and it sounded like this. Left, right, left, right, left. Suddenly sounds of feet stamping. Get in fucking step, use blokes. Left, right, left, right, left. Left, right, left, right, left. And so on he would go, calling the time over and over again because he thought some of us couldn't march in step. It must have wreaked havoc on his vocal cords. Ha, sucked in, dickhead. Chalk 1 up to 22 platoon.